Finally obtained my pizza. Eating it right now. I know I have a little influence on people on this channel. And I want to just tell you this. If there's anybody on here that's, if we're talking about women now, if there's anybody on here that has a potentially harmful message, and I'll just name a few. I'll name like renowned YouTubers or streamers. I don't want to name the ones that I once watched, but Andrew Tate is a perfect example. I believe he is a misogynist. I've never watched a video by him, because where my mind was, a lot of these guys that watched him, like, they had a hatred based on rejection or being hurt. Me, it was more of my childhood. But I really, please, if you watch this channel, don't watch anybody who's anti anything. Only watch people that are anti-hate, anti-devil, anti-evil. I just say don't watch anybody anti-anything. But I'm saying if they're talking out against any group, and this is the point I'm trying to make. I speak up for women on this channel now because I understand we need them. Men, we can't produce babies by ourselves. We need women. Without women, there would be no humanity without women. And where the message is dangerous and destructive, when it escalates, like when the hate escalates to violence, and violence turns into death and destruction. That's the problem. That's what I'm speaking out against. Perfect example, when the hate turns into destruction, Elliot Rodger. Alec, it was a guy from Toronto that was like the Elliot Rodger of Canada. Alec, forgot his last name. He ran people over with his van, and he was inspired. He was like an incel. It's not like a whole bunch of cases, but men go to jail every day for domestic violence. Men, SA, if you know what SA stands for, they SA women, especially children. And I feel like that's where trauma starts. But men are the catalyst for a lot of the problems that women deal with, feeling unsafe. I've never in my life have hurt a woman. I've never done anything like that to a woman. But I will say that men, we are the catalyst for most of the problems women feel when it comes to feeling unsafe, walking at night, feeling anxiety from past experiences. We are to blame for that. Even when it comes to identity. I remember this movie, I think that's my bus coming. This movie called Boys Don't Cry. It was about a trans man named Brandon Teena. He was born a boy, born a female, but transitioned into a woman, not like medically, but in her story, she was sexually she was essayed by her uncle, and she used her male that's not my bus, I think. I'm really just gonna get on the aisle if this doesn't come. but she used her male identity to protect herself from men, from her, like men like her uncle. The point I'm getting at is we are the reason for why women feel the way they do. We're not helping. We need to do better. And some of the things, like I said, I explained myself on this channel. Some of the things we could start off with is let's stop objectifying women. Let's respect them which we shouldn't be doing this anyway, but let's stop watching OnlyFans, porn, any sexual content, because we don't know if these women are being trafficked or held against their own will during this. We don't know, but let's not contribute to any of that, because it destroys your brain. And I may do a video a year from now explaining how sex and porn had destroyed my brain. But let's stop viewing them as sexual objects. Let's stop viewing them as sexual objects, because it's more to a woman than the physical. The women that like you for you should be the type that you pursue. The ones that like you for you. And I'm pretty sure it's somebody for everybody. But you have to, that takes time. That's not something it's not a priority of mine at the moment. But we have to, for one, if we respect women, don't watch porn. Go out if you really want to meet women. Go out and put on a nice pair of slacks and a shirt, and talk to someone. Just if they don't like you, move on to the next one. Treat it like a job. It's going to be someone that does like you, but this is the thing. Don't take it out on all women based on your bad experience with one or a few, because they're not all the same. And this is I'm learning things day by day. But I know God doesn't want men. Let's never use the Bible to justify our mistreatment of women either. If there's anything in the Bible that views women as less than, I don't subscribe to that. I just apply the golden rule to women no matter what. But don't watch anybody on here that has a hatred of women, because they're only just adding. If you don't like women and you're watching someone that doesn't themselves, it's making it worse. They're just intensifying your hatred more. Watch someone that talks about something positive of your dislike. Because imagine if you hate dogs. I'm not a big fan of dogs, but if I just watched videos all day about dogs attacking people, eventually I'm going to do something violent. I'm going to do something dangerous, destructive. Not saying literally, not saying I would, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if that was the case, that's what I'm trying to compare. That's the analogy I'm trying to use when we support these anti-women, anti-feminist content creators. They're only adding fuel to the fire of a lot of these ticking time bombs out here. A lot of men who have a hatred of women. It's not making it better. Man, I really wish I didn't miss that bus.